Why men have given up on women. Let's face it, the red pill community was not built overnight. As both a woman and a psychotherapist, my journey has been humbling to say the least. The number one reason that men have given up on women and on love is solely because the gap between men and women is getting larger and larger. With women, there's the movement of, I don't need no man. And then with men, you have that movement of when women are a liability.
It's just not worth it anymore. We don't need drama in our life anymore.
I don't think men like women anymore. I don't think that men desire us women anymore, us real women. I don't think that they value us like they used to. Men aren't really putting out effort. They're not putting out any type of effort like they used to. Taking a girl on a date becomes an issue. You know, spending money on a woman is an issue. You should have your own money as a woman. Going out to do something fun is an issue. Why don't you just come over to the house and we could do something in the house? I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm from New York. But I see women all over the globe complain about what's happening with men nowadays. Is it women that's not making themselves desirable anymore? Because there are beautiful women out here. Beautiful women, ambitious women, caring women, nurturing women who are outside looking for love, and men that just can't keep up with that. Like, they're not communicating with them. They're not willing to hang out and do fun things. What happens to the fun in life? What happened to life being exciting and fun and, you know, going out and discovering the world?
Women nowadays, man, they're looking to have a good time and have fun, but they forgot all of the stuff that they did. It's like they have amnesia. It's like they say something, they do something to a guy, and then they forget that they ever even did it. I mean, even in relationships, you have women dogging men out on the internet, and you still expect that man to respect you and to love you and give you gifts and flowers and all that stuff, and you just dogged him out. You just said that you didn't want to be married to him. I mean, we can go on about Ayesha Curry, but I'm not going to beat a dead horse. But I'm just saying that this is what you guys are finding out, that men would rather like shift away. They'd rather like stay away, and it not necessarily because, oh well, I don't like women, I hate women, but you guys are not really giving men an incentive, right? You're saying, oh, you better chase me, but you're not really giving them anything to chase. Like, there's nothing in it for them. Anytime a man says, what am I going to get out of this? Y'all immediately go to, well, you're not getting my body, and you never offer another solution. Like, that's the end of the conversation. So why would a man, that right there shows you can't think critically. That right there shows that you don't think outside the box as much as you think you do. And men see that and they're like, oh, okay, well, you just let me know all that I needed to know.
Of happily single men. You want to know why? Let's get into it. Being happily single as a man makes you more appealing. Men that don't need to be in a relationship. Men that have high standards. Men that don't chase women. They chase in purpose. This makes women think, wonder if that man is actually interested in them, and will in turn, y'all listen to this, increase the value of that man and his expressed interest in their mind.
The rude awakening that men have needed for thousands of years.
I have 4 big things to say about this, but first of all, I'm not quite sure where this belief came from that if more women divorce their husbands, that these men are just going to believe that it was all their fault and they're going to grow and get better. No, there's never just fault on one side, and men know that. Second of all, most men that go through divorce end up losing a lot in the form of lost time with their children and financially through spousal support and child support. So many men just feel victimized by the court system. Thirdly, a lot of these men that get put through the ringer her, they eventually build themselves back and they realize that they're a lot happier being single. It's actually a lot more peaceful for them. And fourthly and lastly, a lot of men never want to get married again, or in the first place, because they hear women like this talking about divorce as if it's some sort of punishment for her not being happy, as if his needs and the family's needs have nothing to do with it. And men are smarter.
Like I said, it's not that men necessarily hate you. It's just that you guys are not giving men an incentive to continue chasing you. Like, why am I? You're literally a bill. There's nothing else that I can say around it. You're literally a bill. He's going to pick up $300, $400, $500 for nothing, for no effort. He's going to pay you. Think about this. As much as y'all argue and y'all complain about men not going to therapy, with all of the things that you're going to do to him, with all of the trouble that you're going to put him through, he could have taken that money that he was going to spend on you, that he's spending on you right now. He can take that money and go to therapy. That's like, depending on your insurance, that's a lot of therapy. That could, if he's spending $500 on you a month, that man, I can get therapy. I mean, it's not going to be a whole hour, but I can probably get therapy for maybe $50, 25, $50. It's going to be like a 30-minute session, but I can put 30 minutes and 30 minutes and 30 minutes together for $25. I'll take that. If I'm having an issue, I'll take that. I can take that same $500 and improve myself. I can take that same $500 and sign up for a gym. I can take that same $500 and get a personal trainer. Put that towards a mailbox if I don't know how to cook. Put that towards buying tools and appliances and things around my house so I don't have to buy a mailbox. I can go to a cooking class. I can put money towards that. $500 every single freaking month for you. And let's be fair. Let's say you spend, I don't know, easily or on the low end, maybe $200 a month. You can take that $200, $2,400 a year and give it to some service that improves your life. Most men are going to take that option.
The stats on who's happiest, the happiest people are single women and married men. They're the two happiest groups of people always.
Single women
and married men
are the happiest.
Are the happiest groups of people. Like, not married women. Married women like end up doing all the jobs, and married women aren't happier than single women. Single women are happier than married women. And married men are really happy because they get everything done.
I'd rather be married and miserable or single and lonely.
Single and lonely, as long as I have my money. If you not my thought process, I cannot have you around me because you're gonna fuck up my life.
Can you be lonely and not miserable?
You can be lonely and have a blast. 9 times out of 10, when somebody tells you they're lonely, are they happy?
No.
Are they happy?
No.
I disagree.
Are they happy?
I've been lonely and happy. You can be lonely and happy. You cannot be miserable and happy. It doesn't make sense.
When I'm feeling lonely, it's easier for me to feel loved if I go around people I love. When I'm miserable, I could be around y'all and I'm still miserable.
Keep in mind podcast. Shit, you better keep it in mind.
That's what I'm saying. I'd rather be by myself. If you're going to mess up my thought process, you're going to mess up my motivation, you're going to mess up my goals. Too many women come into men's lives and they mess everything up. Literally everything up. For the brothers out there that are still single and their woman cheated on them before they got engaged, I never thought I'd say this, but count your blessings. For the brothers out there that, before you got married, a woman then, went out there and spent $2 or $3 grand. Count your blessings. What do you mean? As stupid, as silly, as crazy as it sounds, women are going into marriages and taking men for their entire net worth. They're taking everything from the man, every single freaking thing from the man. And the man's left with nothing but his thoughts. And in those instances, he's got to build himself back up because literally everybody has turned against him. I've seen situations where a dude has known people for 20 freaking years. They've known his wife or ex-wife for like 3, 4, 5 years, and only in passing. They've only seen her in passing, and they know her because of him. And they take her side. After 20 years, you know me for 20 years.
Here is why intelligent men stay single. At work, being logical is rewarded, but that doesn't work with dating. Women want to feel emotions. This means flirting, telling stories, and making her laugh. Only when you stir her emotions can her attraction for you grow.
Do you think men are happier when they are single or in a relationship? This question comes up because I got into a bit of an argument on Facebook this week because someone had posted a very long and detailed post alluding to just that fact. That men, when they are free to pursue their own goals and see who they want, and hang out with friends and do all the things that they want to do, are actually happier than when they're in a relationship. And I agreed, because the reality is that men typically give up their goals and hopes in lieu of whatever she wants them to do. Of course, this led to a lot of arguments and a lot of hate from the women at me, which I am very much used to, which is fine.
And you listen to what she was talking about, and then you contrast that with what he's talking about here. She's saying, you've got to do this to the woman. You got to be this, you got to be that. Men already know that. Men are clear on what they need to do most times. Men are clear on what they need to do for women. Women tell them all the time. They go out and try it. The woman says, ooh, not me, somebody else. That doesn't work on me. And then the dude comes up behind him and he does it. Oh, well, it worked on me because he's 6'5". You know, so it's kind of like, you just wasting my time and my money. And then you just try to clown me. You're telling me to do all of these things, but you're not giving any value. You're not telling me what you're going to bring to the table. That's what's getting a lot of men, and that's what's making a lot of men stay away, right? And then, like he was saying, you know, I can hang out with whoever I want to. I can go wherever I want to. I can be with whoever I want to be with, as long as I want to be with. I'm happy by myself. Modern women don't really get that. They don't want to accept that. If they accept that, then they would have to understand that they're not the only ones on earth. Men are no longer putting women on a pedestal. They'd have to accept that and then move accordingly.
Enough lonely single men in their young ages of like 20 to 30, right, with no family, no kids, nothing to die for, to stand for. You're going to have public tragedies keep happening. Soon they'll start targeting higher ups in government because, you know, once the greed sets in from those at the top and they take more and more and more and you're left with nothing, then you'll really see the, quote, revolt, everybody.
One single positive argument for staying single today. We're having a cigar the other day with this guy when we did the live podcast. He's 35 years old, makes millions, but he doesn't want to get married. He says, it's too risky getting married today. I said, it's too risky getting married today. I said, man, it's too risky staying single today. Like, what do you think life is all about? Pulling up to a restaurant in a Rolls Royce? For what? Who cares? Those people that say, what a nice car, don't give a shit about you. Everything about life is investing in things that outlive you. Man wants to live forever, but we're not going to. The only way you're going to get a glimpse of living forever is by what you build. You have kids, you raise them properly, they continue your last name, you write a book, you make music, you make movies, you make something that outlives you.
True. All of this is true. Well said. Well said, sir.
I hear what he's saying here, but you once again, you've got to contrast that with what was being said before. He said, man, when you essentially what he's saying in that clip previously, you're going to start seeing the quote unquote revolt. It's because people push men in a corner, and what I'll give you an example. When you push an animal, like when you really honestly truly force an animal in a corner, that's probably when they're going to strike. Some animals are more aggressive than others, but you know, I'm not trying to do anything to you. You're just in my space. There's a saying, I think in Texas, called it's like a Texas rattlesnake, don't tread on me. Like, treading is walking. You're walking all over me. Don't walk all over me. I'm warning you. And even they rattle. You can hear that rattle from, I mean, God knows how far away. I'm telling you right now, I'm giving you a warning. Don't come over here doing that nonsense. Don't do it. And people do it anyway. And so you're going to start to see men, unfortunately, God forbid, say, hey, I told you to get, like, this is my boundary. Stop doing that. And that's my opinion. I hope I'm wrong once again. And so you're saying, well, Patrick Bet-David is saying, well, you want to have a legacy. You want to write a book. Yeah, I do want to have a legacy, but it's not going to be having kids with women who are losers, who behave such as this, who don't teach my children the right way to do things. That's why men are staying single. I cannot find a woman that knows how to be quiet, that knows how to cooperate, She's always got to have an attitude, and I don't want to be a part of that.
4 reasons why being a single man in your 30s is awesome. Number 1, you're actually attractive to women, okay? A lot of guys spend time in their 20s not feeling attractive to women at all, but if you work on yourself in your 30s, you're gonna be a lot more attractive to them. Number 2, you're less desperate for sex. The good thing about being in your 30s is you're not a complete horn dog all the time. It actually helps. 3, you have money to finally do what you want and you're not sweating over the check when the bill comes. 4, you have less pressure to settle down and have kids. This is one of the benefits of being a guy as opposed to women who experience a lot of pressure during this time.
Men over 40 are staying single. I'll tell you why. Because society raised women to be wives to careers, not husbands. And now the men who were once overlooked are watching rebellion unfold and choosing peace over chaos. These ain't excuses. These are the raw, unfiltered reasons men are walking away from modern women, and many of them don't plan on looking back. You better watch this all the way through or keep wondering why that good man ain't calling you back. Let's set the record straight. This ain't about men being bitter. This ain't about men being weak. This is about men getting wise, men getting structure, and men finally realizing what marriage has turned into and what it costs when you choose a woman who ain't built for submission, peace, or purpose. And if you're one of those women thinking, well, maybe he just can't handle a strong woman, sit tight. You're about to find out he didn't lose interest. He gained clarity. First reason, divorce destroys a man's life. Older men have seen it too many times. Good men getting gutted in court. He loses his house, he loses his pension, his legacy, and she walks away with half his world for bringing nothing but attitude to the table. Why would any man jump into a legal system designed to reward rebellion and punish masculinity?
You know, just looking at this clip and the other one where the guy previously was talking about, hey, when you reach this age, this is what you're going to see. This is what you're going to experience. This is what a lot of younger men need to hear. This is what you're going to encounter. Don't be fooled. Don't be tricked into it. This is what you need to do to continue to operate at your best, to continue to run after your purpose, to continue to build yourself. These are the things that you need to do. Discipline, right? Focus, hustle, grit. Those are kind of the things that you need. You still need to figure out what it is exactly that you like to do. But the intangibles, I guess I would say, I don't even know if I'm using that word right, but the things that are kind of like, I've learned this through experience, all of that's going to start coming together, and people, women specifically, are going to start looking at you, oh man, he's really good, man, I really like that guy because of X, Y, and Z. But you'll be like, well, you know, I'm here to pick the one that I want. I'm not big-headed, or I'm not, you know, blowing myself up, but I built myself to this. I built myself to do this type of stuff, right? So you're not going to just jump in here. And like he said right here on the screen, older men have seen divorce, so they know how quickly a relationship can go sour. And so they're not just picking any kind of guy out here, or excuse me, any kind of girl. I mean, if you like guys, they're not just picking any kind of girl out here so they can give money to. I've already seen what you're up to. And if you cannot get on my schedule, if you cannot answer my questions, then I'm about to stay single. Period. End of story.
I think it's perfectly socially acceptable to go on dates as a hobby. Like one of my hobbies is going on first dates. And here I am. I go on the first date, like, sure, yeah, to meet the guy, to talk, get to know them, tell them about me, like, see if there's potential love there, like, whatever. Like, that's a small part of it. The big part of it is that I go and I get to try a new restaurant or a new spot in Boston. And usually, if not always, it's fun to buy the guy. So I'm like, ooh, like, let's go explore a little bit. Let's try to, like, grow what I know about my city. And then when I go out with my friends, I can be like, oh my god, I went to this really cool new spot, like, let me show you. So I always try to get the guy to, like, pick a restaurant that I haven't been to yet, or pick a cool new up and coming spot or whatever. So anyway, today we are going to the F1 arcade in Seaport, which I haven't been to, but it's like run by like the F1 racing company or whatever, and it's got like all these like simulators and I don't know, like professional race car driving games. So that's what we're doing today. Never been. The offer was that or Pet Shack, and I'm like, I've already done Pet Shack, and like Cisco's right there, so that might be a part of it. But I'm really excited to go and check it out and try something new and explore more of my city, because if I'm gonna go on a date and like this guy might be great, but you know, he might also just like, most likely most of them are just like not my vibe, like, and that's fine. But at least I'm gonna go try a new spot and go drive some fast cars.
I think it's crazy when men say that you're intimidating. Like, babe, if I'm intimidating, what does that say about you? Like, what you got going on for yourself here?
I might have to take my own advice, because right now I am so frustrated by the fact that, like, I can't see anything more with this guy I'm seeing. And he's a great guy. He's a great guy on paper, great guy in person. And I just don't understand why I don't see more with him. Like, what made me want to see more with my exes? You know, like, it's so, I don't know why I'm getting emotional, but it's so frustrating. Like, he's a great guy. He's like such a good guy. And it's like, and then I don't see more with him. It's like, why? Like,
another reason why men stay single, why they're choosing to stay single. I mean, it's really not that, when you listen to what they're saying, it's really not that hard of a choice. It's really not. I mean, once again, well, I like going on dates because men spend money on me. Men are scared of me. That's what that second one there said. And it just, why can't I choose the right guy? I don't know. I don't know. Men have given you all the answers that you need in order to find a good man. As a matter of fact, the guy in your friend zone, once again, I know you guys don't like hearing that. The man in your friend zone has given you the right answers. He is the right guy. I know you probably don't think he's tall enough for you. I know you probably don't like the way that he dresses, but he's the right one for you. He's going to make you a very, very comfortable and happy woman. He's going to be very, very loyal to you. But you guys don't care. You would rather, like she was saying, waste men's money. Oh, well, I can take my friends to this cool spot. How come y'all don't go without him? If y'all want to explore, y'all say y'all like to plan things, go without him. Don't spend his money, spend yours. They don't want to hear that. This woman talking about men are intimidated. No, y'all are intimidated of responsibility and accountability. That's why y'all are out here making men's life miserable.
I'm literally shaking right now because I just had a man approach me in a parking lot and it went fine. And I'm going to tell you why it went fine and how to address it, because it was in a book I read and this is how you're supposed to address it, but it scared me. I'm literally shaking. So this guy, I am alone with my son, by myself, a woman, and a male approached me in a parking lot. He's, "Excuse me, miss," and I don't know why in the hell he was approaching me or what he was trying to do. And before he was probably 30 feet from me when he said, "Excuse me, ma'am." And I turned around and I literally yelled at him and I said, "Do not approach me." And he immediately started going in the other direction. And I just kept saying it over and over and over. I said, "Do not approach me. Do not approach me." And he, of course, got what the F did it? He started cussing and yelling, what's your problem? And I looked at him and he actually then crossed a couple cars down from my car. He didn't come anywhere near me. He crossed a couple cars down from my car and was like, continuing to cuss and say, "What's your problem?" And I said, "You do not approach women in a parking lot." I just kept saying, "Do not approach me. You do not approach women in a parking lot," yelling it. No male should ever approach a woman in a parking lot. Ever. No male should ever approach a woman in a parking lot. And if a male does approach you, you need to turn around and use the strongest voice that you can possibly use with them. Don't be polite.
Tired of seeing on the internet is men being like, "Oh, I don't get why girls are single. It's so easy for girls. They could literally have any dude. It's so easy. Why girls shouldn't complain about being single because it's so easy." Or they're like, "You complain about being single, but you ghost every guy that comes your way." So that's actually, you're not understanding anything, is when you say that, you don't get it. 'Cause yeah, most single girls could literally get a boyfriend in one day if they wanted to. Critical thinking tells you, if someone complains about being single, but they have people asking them out, those aren't the kinds of people they want. Yes, do you know how many sleazy little frat dudes would love to get in a relationship with any girl that asks? Those guys will also, post her every day to show off they have a girlfriend, but then also cheat on her. Those guys don't value academics. Those guys aren't fun to have a conversation with, aren't fun to hang out with. Why the fuck would I date him? Want to have a boyfriend in theory? Yes. Do I want a boyfriend right now? No. Would I rather be alone and single right now? Yes.
And last time I made a point about this, I literally had so many people hating on me in my comments, which I really don't understand because I literally just said reasons why me personally, am not dating right now. So like, why does that offend you? But pretty much part of the reason, no, the main reason why I am just not interested in dating right now is because I've seen from people in my environment, number one. So I'm not saying it's all men, I'm not saying it's men everywhere, I'm just saying the people in my age group, in my environment, that I have observed aren't the kind of guys I really want to be involved with. Also too, let's stop with the victim blaming of like, you know, a girl dates a shitty guy and they're like, why the fuck, why does she keep dating guys like that? What's wrong with her? Like, I can say, like, at least 95% of the time when a girl keeps dating, like, shitty dudes, she's not doing it on purpose, okay? Guys, and some girls, I'm sure, do this thing. I don't know about that side, because I don't date women, but guys love to do this thing where they just, like, figure out exactly the kind of person you're looking for, and then they pretend to be that person for, like, 4 months, and then once they have you, actual form, so it's not like they're like, oh, that guy's a piece of shit, let me date him. No, like, usually those girls obviously don't realize those guys are like that when that happens, so let's also not blame the poor girls who get in relationships with, like, manipulative people. Also, too, in real life, guys get mad at me when I say, like, oh, I just don't want to date right now. Like, how does it offend you? How does it make you upset and offended that I am saying right now I don't want to date? And then obviously, yes, in theory, it would be so nice to have a boyfriend, to have someone who's like your best friend that you do all these fun activities with. When me and my friends complain every now and then, like, oh, dude, I wish I had a boyfriend. And then some little, like, incel is, like, yapping somewhere on the internet, like, they shouldn't be complaining because girls can literally have anyone. Anyone isn't good. I don't want anyone. I don't want to be able to have anyone. I want someone who is me but a man. And I also had so many comments telling me that my standards are too high. I'm gonna die alone because my standards are too high. Here's why you're wrong. So my standards are everything that I offer myself, but as a man. So I want someone who has, I guess it's just like minimum, my level intelligence, my level ambition, my level of personality, my level of looks. Like, I literally just want someone who is me, but a man. And I have people in my comments being like, you're asking for way too much. How is it too much if I'm already that? If I'm already what I'm asking for, just minus the male part, how am I asking too much? Like, maybe you just don't want to have to be a normal, functional human being because you're so used to women in your life babying you for your whole life and taking care of you. When you're a grown adult, you're a grown adult. So yeah, I don't want to hear none of that, oh, girls shouldn't complain about being single, or like, oh, but you ghost every guy, blah, blah, blah. Because maybe there's just a lot of bad people, and I don't want to date a bad person. I'd rather just be alone. And because I've witnessed between me and my friends, multiple guys fake a person.
And as you can see about this video, she turned off the comments. Modern women, it was probably men in the comments saying if he was hollering at you from 30 feet, then he probably just wanted to give you something. You probably left something. Maybe you missed something. There was another woman on here that it's not clear whether she dropped something or not, but why are men being jerks? This man, he followed me all the way home and he stood at my porch, or I think he actually stood so he stood at the front of her, like out in her yard, not even in her yard. He stood at her sidewalk. Like, I think they were, walking the dogs and stuff like that. And essentially what happened is, she figured out by the time she got home, that she had walked up the steps. She was, fixing her dogs and all that stuff. And then she looked around and she saw him. Now, admittedly, if you see that, you're going to be worried. You're going to be concerned because I didn't even know he was back there, especially if you're a woman. I get it. But he said, ma'am. And she said, well, I saw him trying to get my attention, but I just kept on doing what I was doing. But you're calling him the jerk. Oh, I know he was trying to help me and my baby and my kid, and he might have been trying to give me something, but I don't care. Turn around and embarrass him. Why don't men help anymore? You're seeing it right now. Y'all try to embarrass men. And then I'm just listening at her, and it seems like she's justifying And I know that's probably not what she's trying to do, but justifying continuing to date the same person. Oh, well, it's probably because the guy did this, or he said this, or he did that. Accountability. You have to take accountability. At this point, a man has to stay single. If he can't get the right combination of fit, feminine, and friendly, he's got to, or she's going to take everything that you have, man.
I broke up with my boyfriend, someone I love, someone I have known for over 10 years, because he didn't stand up to misogynistic young men when he was given the opportunity. We had just finished watching Adolescence, a miniseries on Netflix that essentially talks about how boys are being more and more radicalized online, how parents aren't paying attention, and how it's really up to men to help solve this problem, because they're surely not going to listen to us. So we were walking to the farmer's market, and right behind us were two boys, probably 13 or 14 years old, and they were saying things like, Trump is the best, what has he ever done, he has more followers online, I don't get why no one would like him. And I was seething because my 6'4", handsome, white privileged boyfriend wasn't saying anything. And so finally I stop, I turn around, and I get right in their face, and I said, he's a fucking rapist, he's a certified fucking rapist. And they go white in the face. Boyfriend? Still just standing there, not saying anything. Once the boys get their bearings, they say something like, Trump is my daddy, Trump is your daddy. And I was furious. I had a full-blown crash out. I took my full morning latte and I smashed it on the ground, and I grunted and yelled and walked away. And he's like, what's the matter? You're the matter. Not even the boys so much. Him, because he had an opportunity to stand up against misogyny and he fucking didn't.
It's so funny because most of my following on this count are men that would probably actually hate me in real life. I will never have children. I will always prioritize my career and my life over finding a man or having a family. I am a feminist and a liberal. Don't run too fast.
Okay, here's my question for y'all. When men are on Hinge, is it the same thing that us girls go through, where it's literally insulting, like the matches we get, and it's like a bunch of uglies? Do they have just like girl boss after girl boss? Because I feel like they have all girl boss after girl boss, because I'm looking at all these girls around me and I'm like, you're amazing. So like,
as you can see, this woman over here, well, not specifically her, but the woman a minute ago talking about, you know, they really do this thing to where they get passionate about the things that they've seen. And so they're like, oh man, he needs it. If he felt the same way that I felt, then he needs to do this. He saw this movie Adolescence with me, and now he should do this and do that and say this and say that. And this is what we've been telling men, this and that. It's always constantly trying to bash a man over the head through a TikTok reel, through an Instagram reel. It doesn't matter. Through a video, books, movies. They're always trying to bash men over the head, and they're trying to use men to bash the head of other men. Period. End of story. They want men to protect them. But then you have a woman like this. Talk, hey, I don't know what you guys thought this was, but I'm a liberal. I'm a feminist. Oh, and I'll always choose myself in my career. Okay, then. You choose yourself in your career. Basically, you're saying, I'm putting a man on the back burner. And a man is saying, okay, I'm putting you on the back burner. And guess what goes with you being on the back burner? Protection and provision. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. Well, who do you men see on Hinge? Because we see trash men. We see ugly men. We see men that don't look good. Really? Really? We have to lower, I think she said, what'd she say? We have to lower our standards 100 feet. Huh? But you want a man to be respectful to you. A man could have seen that. A man could have seen that on your profile. He hears you talk. Y'all don't think people are catching on, but people hear the way you talk. They hear the way you present yourself online. And they get, even if they don't catch it the first time, they gonna catch it. I'm telling you, men, especially the men that you like, they're going to catch it.
Give an ugly guy a chance one time, and then he gets cocky and thinks that he can do better than you. Oh, then starts treating you like shit. I'm sorry, I let you up into this league. Do you know how ugly you are?
There's so much conversation around what women expect guys to pay for when they first start dating and throughout the relationship. But something I never really hear people talk about, I think I know why. It's the fact that a lot of times, not always, the things that the girl kind of wants the guy to pay for are the things that she was getting for free when she was single. Single girls have the opportunity to get so much for free. But the thing is, I feel like anytime somebody talks about the things that they get for free, people swarm to the comment section being like, nothing's actually free, basically implying that she was doing something to get that. The truth is, people like to be around pretty women, and it's as simple as that. When I first started dating my husband and he came and visited my family in Texas for the first time, went to the gym together, and he asked me how much my membership there cost, and I was like, I don't have a membership. The guy who owns the gym likes me and lets me work out there for free. Ended up moving, it like wasn't even a question. My husband just got my gym membership. How does it make sense that a girl starts having to pay for more because she's in a relationship? So, just saying, I know so many pretty girls who don't get anything for free. Sometimes it's like right place, right time. I just wanted to put that out there. Still have the opportunity to, and that's the point. It doesn't mean girls ask for free stuff. It doesn't mean they did anything in return other than show up and get the free stuff. It's just kind of how the world works, and you should never feel bad about it, because I'm a firm believer that it's a man's job to pursue the woman. Obviously, in a relationship, a woman has her duty to the guy as well. That's not what this video is about. Weird way, it is kind of a subtle way for men to pursue women by like giving them free stuff, even if they don't necessarily expect something in return.
I think if I remember correctly, she had some pretty good points. It might come later on. If it's not this video, it was another one where she was saying what she felt like the woman should do or how the woman should be in the relationship, that I actually kind of agreed with. But once again, we talk about standards and we talk about men paying on the date and all of the, well, I feel I should deserve this and I should do this. Your attitude of entitlement, once again, is getting in your way. This lady right here is talking about you snuck on earth. I'm giving you a chance. Oh, I should be so happy. Let me ask you, how did y'all feel? How did y'all feel as women when y'all say that men were oppressing you? Why then do you try to flip the script and do it to a man? If you didn't like the feeling, why would you then go and try to do it to somebody else? I'm thinking about a book that I recently read, or I'm reading right now, by Kevin on Stage, called Successful Failure, where essentially what happened was he was being bullied every day. And it came to a point to where he essentially got the best of the bully, or the best of that situation. And he said, now that I've got the best of this situation, I'm going to go bully other people. Took him one day to figure out this is not for me, because the person that he tried to bully kicked him in the mouth. So he said, well, you know what? I learned that day, maybe I don't have to do to other people what was done to me. And to extend that thought, that wasn't even done to you. Modern women complaining and hollering and screaming and kicking and crying about stuff that wasn't even done to them. It wasn't even done to anybody that they know. They talking, and to be quite frank and honest with you, they're talking about rumors of things that happened to their grandmother, and it's just a rumor. It's a lie. Somebody made it up. Oh, well, it was thought. Now, some of this stuff does happen, but some of this stuff, well, it was thought, or it was suspected, or it might have been. And they take that and hold on to that, and they have this vendetta against men that's completely unfounded.
Every time I turn around, I see more and more men celebrating being single. They talk about how much freedom they have, how much money they have, how better they are looking, how healthier they are becoming. And if I didn't know any better, it would sound like a lot of the men were actually trying to encourage men out there to actually stay single. All right? Don't get involved with no woman. Don't go on dates. Don't do anything, but focus on yourself. Like, more and more men are falling under that category and under that umbrella. And I am scared for a lot of y'all women out there, because I already know when it comes to us, we absolutely need love, affection, attention, and men. Okay, all of those things stand for men. And with men saying, nah, I'm good, love, I don't know. Okay, but let's get into it. Y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Yeah, let's start this from the top and get into it and break it down. All right,
bro, I literally just figured out the cheat code. If you want to get bigger in the gym,
If you want to save all your money, literally all you have to do is stay single, bro.
That's it. That's it. You know, unfortunately, for a lot of these modern women, you run the risk of losing it all. It sounds simple. It sounds too good to be true. But the way these modern women are acting, like Danika's talking about, every time I turn around, and by the way, go check out her channel. Every time I turn around, it's always something. Every time I turn around, y'all always talking silly. Why would a man want to be a part of that?
Like, I know it sounds simple, but all my life, like, I always felt like I needed a chick. And then a couple months that I didn't have the chick, like the months that I didn't have a chick, bro, the amount of money I done saved, you wouldn't believe. The amount of size I put on in the gym, you would not believe, bro. Like, it's crazy. Like, you literally cannot save in a relationship. You either paying all type of shit for them. Everywhere you go, every time you go somewhere, you paying double. Every time you want to kick it, you paying for a bottle, you paying for gas, you paying for parking, you paying for a restaurant, you paying for this. Bro, when you stay single and put all that shit up, do you know how much money you save? Oh my God, like, for the women, it's just like, if you got a broke ass nigga, a broke ass baby daddy, this nigga ain't got no motion, ain't making no money, and you can't save no money or do nothing for yourself because you got this broke nigga and you got to pay for everything. It's the same with every girl we talk to because we have to do every fucking thing.
Wait. Now I'm gonna let him finish, but wait. Is he really comparing being in a relationship with a woman to a woman being in a relationship with a bum? Ladies, it was never, ever, ever supposed to give this. What happened to reciprocity? What happened to appreciation? What happened to you pouring into these men? See, that's where we messed up. And y'all get the likes up. This is where the women messed up. Y'all messed up by becoming beautiful bums. And as quiet as kept, y'all, a lot of y'all not even beautiful. Y'all just bums. But we're gonna leave it over there. We ain't gonna get into all of that. But it was never supposed to be this. And this is why a lot of the men are feeling like, yeah, I'm better off being single, being alone, because I'm able to save more money. I'm able to have more time and dedication to myself. Like, yeah, but he is really out here comparing women to bums.
Unfortunately, that's what they become. Bum. Homeless behavior. Panhandlers. That's what they become. And I think bro actually underestimated how much you actually going to have to spend. It's probably with these modern women at least triple, quadruple. Because I think a lot of men would be like, $100 is a lot of money to spend. But let me kind of put some stuff together. They're asking men to put $400 down. So it actually at that point, $300 down. So $300 to $400. In some cases, if they think they're super high value, $500. You're looking at $300 to $500 or 3 to 5 times more than what's quote unquote reasonable to spend. As a matter of fact, let me look at the average cost of a date or what it should be. I'm seeing right here, somebody says about $60 to about $120. Right? So yeah, even if it's 80, if it's at 60, if it's about 60, you cut that down the middle. I'd say cut it down the middle. You get about 70 or 80 bucks, man, for a dinner, 80, 90 bucks for a dinner. They're asking for $300, $400, $500. And you're wondering why men stay single, because they have to pay this, and they have to pay this on a regular basis. Don't be done met her in February with Valentine's Day around the corner. She's already going to expect you to give her something and to get her something and to make it special. You could have met that woman a week ago, and she's already expecting you to put down $500.
And as sad as it is, he's not wrong. Get the likes up.
So, bro, if you want to save hella bands and get bigger, bro, my addiction is literally the gym and putting up money now. You ain't got to worry about no other chick. And I don't smoke no more because I ain't got to worry about a bitch stressing me out.
Oh, come on.
So it's like a win-win, bro. If you want to come up in this world, stay single. Stay single. Don't even date, bro.
Fellas, and I don't even want to ask this because I just know what I'm going to see in the chat. Can y'all put a 2 in the chat? Lord have mercy. Put a 2 in the chat if you agree with what this brother just said. I'm trying to see something. I'm trying to see how doomy and gloomy it really is. Please tell me y'all don't agree with this. Put a 2 if you agree with him. Put a 1 if it's like, nah, I can't relate to that because my woman is a good woman. She contributes. She honors me. She loves me. I'm trying to see something, okay? And I hope I at least see 1. You know what I mean? I hope so. But he said, essentially, the root to all of the male problems stem from dealing with women. He was able to get his gains in the gym. He was able to stop smoking and stuff because he ain't got to be so stressed out. He was able to pocket all his money because guess what? He ain't got to spend all his money on her and what she want and what she need. Because like he said, as a man, they are automatically expected to foot every bill. That is your job as a man. You do this for me. You do that for me. You bend over backwards. You sacrifice. Like that is the man's quote unquote role. So a lot of the men out there are reaching the conclusion of, hey, how about I eliminate all of that and add on to what I'm trying to build? And the way to do that, and the sure, easy, quickest way to do that is to not date, not get in a relationship, not entertain women whatsoever. Now, the last piece to what he said was very mind-blowing for me. He said, don't even date. Now, when you are dating, you're really not expected to do too much outside of go to different places and, you know, talk, maybe eat, maybe drink a little something. Like, that's really dating. But in a relationship is where you start to see all of the, let's say, sacrifices being made, a lot of the contributions, so on and so forth. So for men to say don't even date, when that is not even the bulk of where the issues lie, that's a lot. That's speaking volumes about how much we have abused the dating scene. You know, dating was supposed to be an avenue to entering into a relationship that was long-term and healthy and balanced, full of love. Like that was what dating was supposed to be. But men now are starting to realize that women are actually using dating as a means of getting a free meal, entertainment, using a man, stringing him along. It's really, really a disaster.
A full-blown disaster. Any way that you slice it, any way that you cut it. Like I said, I just looked this stat up. $120 is what, you know, they're saying for a standard dinner. Moderate entrees, non-excessive drinks, tax and tip 2 people. Reasonable. Try to get out of there with $60 to $120. $60 to $120. And that 60 is probably coming from Applebee's. It is what it is. The 2 for $20, you know, and you get a little dessert. My God, I want to go there right now. I might tell my wife, hey, let's go to Chili's. You know, last time we went to Chili's, that was cheap. I'm trying to lose a little weight, so I don't know. Reasonable, 120 they're talking about. These women, they're not emotionally stable. They don't love you. They're not loyal to you. They have 5, 6, 7 men that they call. They got one that they really, really like. And that one is treating them like an absolute dog. Oh, you just making this up. Oh, you don't know. They'll tell you. The women are telling you. This man is not even giving me the time of day. I know he has other women on his roster. He won't even call me back. He's sporadic when he texts me. I told this man, take me on a date. He set something up and then he ghosted me. And then he came back and started talking to me like nothing happened. I'm sick and tired of this. This is a beautiful woman I'm talking about. If a man can get this type of treatment from a woman, he's giving his all to, and she's giving all of her energy to a dude that don't even care about her. Stay single.